Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to go over a handful of things that you can change in the settings of your Pixel Watch to extend its battery life. With these changes implemented, I typically get around 2 days of use before having to recharge. So the first change is going to have to do with our Google Assistant so that it's not always listening for us to say its name. And instead, we're going to use Google Assistant by holding down this button here on the side that's above our crown. Holding this down, we can still use our Google Assistant. But to turn off it always listening for us, we're going to click on our settings gear. And then we're going to go down and find where it says Google and click on that. And then click on Assistant. And then toggle the wake word for Google Assistant to the off position. And this will make it so the Pixel Watch isn't constantly listening for you to wake it up with the Google Assistant command, and that should help with your battery life. So now going back, some additional things that we can do to improve our battery life have to do with the screen being on and displayed. So again, we're going to go to our settings by scrolling down from the top and clicking on the settings gear. And then we're going to go to display. And we're going to find where it says always on screen and toggle this to the off position. This is probably going to be one of the main things that you can do to improve your battery life, is having it so that the screen isn't always on. An additional thing you can do is reducing the amount of time for the screen to time out. So currently it's set at 15 seconds. So if you put this down to 10 seconds, for instance, this will be something that you don't really notice as being much of a difference. But having the screen time out a little bit quicker is again going to extend your battery life a little bit. Now continuing to go back, having the always on display turned off essentially means after a handful of seconds, the screen will eventually turn off by itself until you tilt it to look at it again. Now, an additional way to save battery is you can also turn off tilt to wake, and instead to wake up your watch, you have to physically touch it. So if you want to turn off tilt to wake, again, scrolling down from the top and clicking on our settings gear, and then finding where it says gestures, click on that. And having tilt to wake turned off means that you're going to have to tap on the screen itself for the screen to turn on. Additionally, if you wanted to, you could also even turn off touch to wake so that if you're accidentally touching the screen that it won't turn on. And instead of touching the screen for it to turn on, you'd have to turn it on by clicking the crown button over here on the side. So these are some changes that you can make to your Pixel Watch to drastically improve its battery life. And those are going to have to do with how often the screen is on or off, as well as turning off your Google Assistant so that it's not always listening for you to wake it up. Instead, you can use it by holding on this button here on the side. So I hope this video is helpful, walking you through some ways that you can improve the battery life of your Pixel Watch. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Consider subscribing to the YouTube channel, and I'll catch you back here next time.